Shoot the front end and the back end.
The experience was great, and what's crazy about that is this time around, it was like, all right, we older now. There's more skills involved. It's like, all right, now let's see how it's gonna go this time. And when I got in the ring, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised me with how much defense he really had.
Teofimo Lopez has broken his silence regarding the sparring clip quietly spreading through boxing circles, and his comments about Shakur Stevenson allegedly being dropped by Keyshawn Davis have set social media on fire. As the reigning WBO super lightweight title holder, Lopez didn't sugarcoat his reaction after learning what reportedly happened away from public view during a closed training workout. His response has rippled across the sport, especially with their high-profile clash scheduled for January 31st fast approaching. Individuals who witnessed the session firsthand claim the moment unfolded unexpectedly. What was intended to be a controlled low-intensity sparring round meant to sharpen both fighters for separate upcoming fights reportedly took a sharp turn when Stevenson was stunned by a heavy punch from Davis, who is often referred to as being like family to him. The incident, according to those in attendance, left everyone in the gym stunned and has since become a major talking point throughout the boxing world.
Who surprised me?
Yes.
Was Teofimo Lopez.
Okay.
Teofimo, I think I seen this like 2 days or a day after the situation.
His last fight, Cepeda. His last fight. You don't know how many people are talking about.
Sources say Lopez wasted no time jumping online, firing off a string of posts that sent fans into a frenzy. The reactions ranged from pure amusement to genuine concern, with many questioning whether Stevenson is truly prepared for the most important bout of his career. According to one insider, Lopez mocked the situation by suggesting that the fighter expected to defeat him was reportedly dropped by someone he won't face because of their close relationship, openly challenging the logic behind it. Those remarks spread rapidly, gaining traction across multiple platforms within hours. Comment sections quickly filled with fans calling for the release of the alleged sparring clip and debating whether the incident could shake Stevenson's mindset as the fight with Lopez draws closer. Still, what unfolded inside that gym, and the reason Lopez is openly reveling in it, points to a rivalry that runs far deeper than most people outside the sport ever suspected.
Shakur, he said that the training, he probably did too much training for that fight that caused him injuries. So a lot of these fighters kind of don't understand. It's like, yeah, you got to put in the work, right? Yes, you got to put in the miles, you got to put in the conditioning, everything. But at the same time, you also got to listen to your body.
Before getting into the reported knockdown and Lopez's relentless online jabs, there's background information that changes how this entire situation should be viewed. In the days leading up to news of the sparring session, people close to the boxing scene picked up on unusual activity involving Stevenson and Davis across social platforms. Despite repeatedly presenting themselves as inseparable and insisting they would never face one another in a professional bout under any circumstances, both fighters were seen working out at the same Newark-based gym. Individuals familiar with what was happening behind the scenes say the atmosphere inside that facility didn't match the public image of loyalty and unity the two have consistently promoted. According to those accounts, the reality of their dynamic was far more complicated than the Brotherhood storyline fans have been led to believe.
He had going on, but Keyshawn kind of punched him, but it was a heated moment at the time. And when Keyshawn did, I think Teo, from my point of view, I felt like it was time for Teo to do something. Do something at that point in time. Somebody just punched it.
A coach who spoke on the condition of anonymity described the atmosphere as uncomfortable from the very start. According to him, once both fighters entered the gym, the mood immediately shifted. While they may be close personally, he explained that both carry strong pride, and there has always been an unspoken rivalry over who truly stands above the other in the ring. That simmering competitiveness reportedly spilled over during a sparring round that was meant to stay technical and measured, with the sole purpose of sharpening Stevenson for Lopez's quickness and strength. Several analysts around the sport believe this strain didn't appear overnight. They argue it has been developing for years, driven by the reality that both men are high-level fighters chasing the same recognition and career-defining chances. Accounts from inside the gym indicate disagreements broke out even before gloves were touched, centered on how intense the session should be. Davis was said to be pushing for a higher pace, while Stevenson preferred to keep things controlled so close to his upcoming showdown with Lopez.
You already know. I promise you already. Teo better be working. Because I promise you I put in so much work this camp. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just checking in with y'all real quick, letting y'all know Better back.
People close to the camp say Davis made his position clear to the coaching staff before the session escalated. He reportedly told them that if Stevenson expected to defeat Lopez, he needed to experience genuine resistance, not a padded workout designed to boost confidence. The message was simple: this sport doesn't reward comfort, and he wasn't there to go easy on anyone. That mindset reportedly shaped everything that followed and turned what should have been a routine training exercise into one of the most discussed sparring stories in recent years, capped by an outcome no one anticipated. What stunned observers most wasn't the tension itself, but what several witnesses say unfolded once the rounds began. Those in the gym claim the opening exchanges were uneventful, with both fighters moving cautiously, testing range, and focusing on specific drills rather than full engagement.
Made you mention my name in that interview? Just a question.
You said Crawford will beat me.
It's just an opinion.
I don't like it. I hope you respect that part.
I respect it.
I'm not saying Pedraza's gonna beat you.
Nah, I ain't say that. Because you know that's not gonna happen.
Someone with knowledge of the workout explained how things unfolded. Stevenson was reportedly moving the way he normally does, circling and changing directions as he focused on sharpening movement patterns intended for the Lopez matchup. Davis, on the other hand, stayed composed early on, investing in body shots and keeping the exchange routine and professional. By all accounts, the session stayed calm and uneventful at first. That shifted abruptly during what several witnesses pinpoint as the fourth round. Accounts say the mood changed after Stevenson landed a solid punch that connected cleanly with Davis's chin. Those close to the situation believe that moment flipped a switch. The force of the shot, delivered during what was meant to remain technical work, was reportedly taken as a sign of disrespect, and it altered Davis's approach from that point forward.
I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Teo his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy, like he like doing things with his hands down, flashy. I thought it was cool, so it kind of made me want to get in a ring with him and see if he could do them things against my style.
What followed has since sparked non-stop discussion throughout the boxing community, with observers offering slightly different recollections of the exact order of events. Even so, those who were present largely agree on the outcome. Davis reportedly fired a crushing hook into the midsection and instantly followed it with a clean punch to the head, a combination that dropped Stevenson to the floor. One individual who says they saw it firsthand explained that the sequence unfolded in a blink. According to that account, the body shot landed with real force, forcing Stevenson to lower his guard for a brief moment. That opening was all Davis needed, as the next punch came straight over the top with full commitment. Stevenson hit the canvas hard, and the room, by all descriptions, fell into complete silence.
Said something like,
Hey guys, I think it's very important for us to really think about Keyshawn Davis and his situation. I know personally that he's going through it mentally, and how I know this is because I was there. I've been there. I'm wishing the best for Keyshawn Davis. God willing, he finds.
According to several insiders, the moments following the knockdown were charged with tension. Stevenson's team reportedly halted the sparring immediately, and both camps exchanged some heated words as tempers flared. News of the incident quickly spread online, leaving fans in disbelief and sparking intense debate across boxing circles. One fan summed up the reaction on social media, suggesting that if the reports are accurate, being dropped by Davis could seriously undermine Stevenson's confidence heading into a showdown with Lopez. They wrote that such a setback, so close to the biggest fight of his career, could give Lopez a significant psychological edge.
Would Teofimo knock out Shakur? No. Can Teo adjust to the point where he beats Shakur? Yeah. You don't see how? Shakur hates slick and economic boxers. So does Teo. They both hate where each other are. Shakur looks great against volume punchers.
Another observer voiced doubt, insisting that without actual footage, the story shouldn't be taken at face value. They noted that exaggerated sparring tales are often circulated to generate hype around upcoming bouts, adding, "Show the video, or it didn't happen." Meanwhile, Stevenson's fans have been quick to defend him, emphasizing that knockdowns during sparring are fairly common and don't automatically predict the outcome of a professional fight.
I think that he did some great things against them guys. I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier, he said, Teo never lost to a southpaw. Well, I never lost to an orthodox. So it ain't no different, but
the difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
One outspoken supporter argued, even legends like Mike Tyson have been caught off guard in sparring. This doesn't change anything. Stevenson is still going to dominate Lopez and show he's on another level at 140. This split in opinion highlights a common pattern in boxing. When behind-the-scenes training stories surface, fans tend to interpret them in ways that confirm what they already believe. The timing of this alleged knockout has only intensified scrutiny, coming dangerously close to Stevenson's high-stakes matchup with Lopez and fueling debate across the sport.
Either Teofimo, I guess.
Yeah, senior.
Every fight
Got it,
is
senior.
every fight is a different version.
Senior, tell him we talking to senior. We
fight
ain't
is a
talking to
different version of me.
little dude over here. Senior.
The reported sparring session happened in late October, placing Stevenson in a critical period of his training camp when fighters usually scale back intensity to minimize the risk of injury. Observers have noted it's highly unusual for him to engage in hard sparring so close to such a major fight, and some have questioned whether it was wise to have Davis participating at all.
A lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, you know, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite, they will make, you know, for electricity.
I want to prove myself, but I also want these guys to fight each other too. You know, I want these guys to prove that they that too. I'm not gonna be I can't be the only guy that's.
During a recent broadcast, boxing analyst Max Kellerman weighed in on how fighters typically approach sparring before major bouts. He pointed out that experienced fighters scale back intensity in the final weeks of camp, focusing on preservation rather than showing off, reserving their energy and aggression for the actual fight. Meanwhile, insiders close to Lopez's camp say they were ecstatic when whispers about the sparring knockout began circulating, seeing it as a potential mental edge leading into their highly anticipated January clash.
You mistake me for
But that's your, but
I was
ain't you
cheering for
biased?
you, bro.
Who you, ain't you
I was
biased?
cheering for you.
You were?
Yeah, for sure.
I bet.
I wanted you to win so I could be the person who beat you.
What's the issue between you and
For
Bud?
sure.
I'm gonna give you your first loss.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I promise you you're not.
All right, bet.
Like, I've been
Someone close to Lopez's camp revealed that he couldn't stop laughing for about 10 minutes after hearing the news. He reportedly kept repeating, "This guy got dropped by someone he won't even face, and now he thinks he can take me? It's hilarious." At the same time, a few insiders warn that Lopez celebrating the moment so openly might be a bit early. They suggest it could actually push Stevenson to sharpen his focus and enter the fight even more determined and dangerous.
fight, saying that you got more to prove and that the lights is too bright for you. What do you feel about that?
Man, I don't believe in pressure. Pressure either make diamonds or bust pipes. And at the end of the day, I'm a diamond, so I've been shining my whole career. It's not going to stop now.
The situation gets even more tangled with what fans are calling the brother angle, referencing Stevenson's repeated claim that he won't face Davis because of their close personal bond. Social media has been merciless in highlighting the irony of Stevenson reportedly being knocked down by the very fighter he insists he respects too much to challenge professionally. Across various platforms, fans argue that this incident exposes what they see as Stevenson's real reason for avoiding a fight with Davis. One well-known boxing commentator put it bluntly, "Let's be honest, this just proves why Stevenson doesn't want that fight." The brother excuse sounds good, but that sparring knockout tells the truth. These remarks have gone viral, with thousands of fans agreeing that the session reveals Stevenson's genuine hesitation about stepping into the ring with Davis.
Crazy, man. You talk crazy about black people. You talk crazy about Puerto Ricans. Man, he gonna pay for it. He gonna pay for it January 31st. It's time to show him what the level is. I don't think he realized what the level is, so I can't wait to show him.
Shakur doesn't look good. That's when they say he's boring. The thing is, Teofimo Lopez is an excellent fighter. He beat Josh Taylor and Lomachenko. How did he beat Lomachenko? By being patient. Y'all sleeping on Teo. And it's at 140. Now the thing what's wrong with Teo is Teo also looks good as a counter puncher when you are a volume puncher too. Another thing is Teo looks very great when he's...
Lopez has leaned heavily into this brother angle, using it to fuel his mental strategy against Stevenson before their major showdown. Insiders say that during private workouts, Lopez reportedly taunted him with remarks along the lines of, "How do you expect to beat me when your own teammate just dropped you, and you won't even schedule that fight because you know what happens when it's serious?" This approach has struck a chord with many fans, especially those who have long doubted Stevenson's readiness to face the toughest opponents in the division.
You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world, scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just...
Arguably, the harshest part of Lopez's mind game has been his strategic use of social media to undermine Stevenson's confidence and public reputation. Sources tracking Lopez's online activity report that he has been sharing a series of posts deliberately aimed at amplifying the impact of the sparring knockout story. One especially cutting post, allegedly from Lopez's account, read simply, "Training's going smooth, no one in my circle putting me down. Different level."
I respect him so much as a person after he done, out of everybody, like, out of,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
It was like, it was him that did.
The post quickly went viral, sparking massive engagement as fans debated whether Lopez had crossed a line or was simply executing a typical pre-fight psychological tactic. Social media has been flooded with discussions dissecting his approach, with analysts weighing whether this strategy could backfire or give him a mental edge. Sports psychologists specializing in combat sports explained, public humiliation can cut both ways. It might shake an opponent's confidence, making them hesitant and cautious, or it could motivate them to come back stronger and more focused. What makes Lopez's method so effective is that he delivers these jabs in a way that comes off as playful and humorous, rather than insecure or desperate.
The things that Teofimo is coming out with, I don't think Shakur knows even what to say or reply to it. You know, I wouldn't even want to repeat the stuff that he's saying, but he's making some really, really fruity comments. But I suppose that's one way to get in your opponents.
Insiders say Lopez's team has meticulously planned each post and comment to project the image of a self-assured champion who's entertained rather than intimidated by his opponent. The ripple effects of this situation go well beyond Lopez and Stevenson's personal feud or their upcoming fight. It has reignited debates around sparring practices, the so-called brother excuse in boxing, and whether fighters should be judged for what happens behind closed doors. Some analysts note that elite athletes face unique pressures most fans rarely think about, from leaked training clips to insider accounts, which can seriously impact reputations.
I like Lomachenko. You just objected. You want to tell him how much you like him again? I think you like him. You keep telling him.
Objection. What?
Tell everyone.
False accusation.
You got a thing, right? It's okay.
Accusation.
I can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
Better have that chip.
Promoter Eddie Hearn hasn't publicly addressed this particular incident, though he has commented before on how difficult it is to keep training camps confidential in today's social media landscape. Sources indicate that promotional teams are treading carefully, balancing the need to build hype for the fight while avoiding giving credibility to stories that could damage one of their fighters' reputation.
Electricity, I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet side.
An industry insider offered their take, noting that sparring stories are often exaggerated or even fabricated, but once they go viral, perception often overtakes reality in the eyes of fans. Meanwhile, Keyshawn Davis has stayed largely quiet, declining to confirm or deny the knockout reports when questioned by the media. Observers are split. Some read his silence as implicit confirmation that the incident occurred, while others view it as a professional choice to keep private training sessions confidential.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight.
Who wins that?
Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him, I've had him on the pod, he bangs hard, he's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer.
As the boxing community digests this controversy, one question remains unanswered. Did Stevenson actually get knocked out by Davis during sparring? And if it did happen, what impact might it have on his upcoming fight with Lopez? Without footage or official comments from the fighters, much of the story lives in the space of rumor and speculation, largely driven by insiders in the gym. Still, the fact that multiple independent sources have reported similar accounts of a dramatic event means it's difficult to completely disregard these claims.
And the support and watch.
What about Shakur Teo?
On that one right there, I feel like that's going to be a good fight as far as skill-wise, as far as Shakur actually being there with somebody who got some finesse and can punch. Outside of just being a puncher, you can actually box.
What is clear is that Lopez has taken full control of the pre-fight storyline, forcing Stevenson into a defensive position. Whether this mental pressure will carry over into success inside the ring on January 31st remains uncertain, but Lopez has unquestionably dominated public perception for the moment. Meanwhile, Stevenson must concentrate entirely on preparing for the most important fight of his career, all while navigating the added psychological challenge of knowing his opponent is openly mocking the sparring incident. As the fight draws closer and more information about what really took place in that Newark gym potentially comes out, only time will tell when, or if, the full truth.
The things that I learned from every fighter that I face to now put it on display against Shakur Stevenson. And that is what I'm looking more forward to than anything else. Everybody else, listen, it's just horse, excuse my language.
Ideally, both fighters will be able to set this controversy aside and give fans the high-level performance they expect when they finally meet in the ring. The sport deserves this matchup to live up to its full potential, no matter what may or may not have occurred during a private sparring session months ago. That wraps up this update. For the latest news, highlights, events, and inside stories from the boxing world, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you're alerted whenever we release content like this.